What's going on, Saline? Welcome to a fresh new episode of SHS Today. The topics we'll be springing into from this week are a really intriguing class from Mrs. Goronsky that I bet you don't know about. Also, Ian Conley gives us a little insight on what it means to be a gamer. All of this and more on another installment of SHS Today.
Hey Saline, and welcome back to our latest episode of SHS Today. I'm Zach Turner.
And I'm Carlson. Let's get rolling.
Prom is upon us, Saline. This year's theme will be A Night in Old Hollywood. So ladies and gents, don't be afraid to let your inner movie star out for the evening.
Prom will take place in the Big House on May 6th from 8 to midnight. Tickets will be $40 each, and we do advise that you get your tickets as soon as possible.
But getting them will be a breeze when you head to RevTrack's website. All you have to do is go to saline.revtrack.net for the tickets. I hope you're ready for the time of your life, Saline.
Over the last few years, new classes have become available for us to take.
We check in with Ms. Goronsky for some of her students to learn a thing or two about the new class she has written for us.
Are you interested in the Bible? Are you interested in learning more about these stories? Then Bible is Lit is the class for you. We spoke with Ms. Goronsky and a couple of students to tell us more about this interesting class.
Bible as Literature is a class that focuses on different stories in the Bible and their influence in our culture. So everything from art to music to literature.
So Bible is Lit is a class, it's kind of changing because this was only the second class that she taught. So she's still working out the logistics, but she did a really good job this year. We watch a lot of movies that have to do with the Bible, and we learn about more of the more known biblical stories that are kind of alluded to in like other literatures, art and music and movies and stuff like that.
I took this class because it sounded interesting, and I think Mrs. Goronsky is a good teacher to have because she just has a lot of knowledge.
The class itself has been around just recently.
Well, we're in our second year this year of the class. It originally started, it was proposed about 4 years ago. It ran for the first time last year, and we anticipate having another section next year.
No, I don't go to church a whole lot, and I know that a lot of our pop culture and Western culture is based around the Bible, so I thought it'd be smart to take the class and learn more about it.
And it gives you the opportunity to learn about different religions.
Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors can sign up for this class next year. I'm Jack Loftus. Back to you guys in the studio.
If you have any further questions or just want to get a better feel for this new class, please contact Mrs. Goronsky for more information.
Remember, students, parent-teacher conferences are upon us. Bring your parents to the school on May 4th to the Commons from 5 to 7. We hope to see you there.
Hey Zach, do you know what it means to be an actual true gamer?
Well, there are many different kinds of them. In fact, we'll have Ian give us a scoop on what it means to be a true gamer.
Over the past few years, video games have shown a major increase in popularity. The video game industry made $91 billion in this past year alone. Students at Saline High School have shown this trend as well.
I probably played video games for about 10 years now. Yeah, since I was 7.
Since I was old enough to understand video games, I've been playing them.
My favorite game is probably Halo Combat Evolved.
There's a difference between favorite and most played. Where my most played right now is Overwatch, but my favorite is probably Super Mario Sunshine. That's an easy one.
Gaming's kind of like a paradise. It like takes you away from everyday struggles and whatnot. When I'm really stressed out, it's something I like to do and takes my mind off things and just kind of have fun.
My dad was into games, so I've been playing them since, my dad introduced me. I played on his old Sega Genesis.
With so many consoles to use, gamers have a hard time choosing just one.
I prefer PC, but I have an Xbox One. PCs are just more powerful. You can do more with a PC than you can do with an Xbox.
PC is a lot easier to customize. You can shove a new graphics card in it if it's not running how you want, and then you also get every game except for Xbox and PlayStation exclusives.
I feel like consoles bring a lot of people together because you have friends over and you're always like next to each other playing split screen or whatever. And I think, you know, you definitely get closer to a lot of people.
Video games are like a puzzle kind of thing. Like you have to be smart enough to solve them. So it doesn't surprise me that adults play video games at all.
It's surprising. A lot of people are actually pretty old. I know someone who's actually 50 years old who plays video games. So I think violent video games definitely make people a little more agitated and stuff like that. But I mean, as long as you have a right mindset, you're not obviously something's not wrong with you. It's not really going to affect you, I think, as much as people may think.
I think that there are violent video games, but there's also violent movies and violent media everywhere. And video games just give you an outlet to, you know, expose yourself to that violence.
Find what you're into. Many people are into different types of video games. I like, you know, first-person shooters. People like RPGs, MOBAs, and whatnot. So definitely ask people who play video games and start doing it. It's a good thing to do. Trust me.
One of the first video games introduced to the public was Pong. It was released way back in 1972.
You know, it's so crazy how far we've come from just 2 lines and a dot. You know, the other day I read an article about, you know, the new thing, augmented reality, and I'm just so excited to see what's coming on, you know, with this whole gaming genre thing. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Zach Turner.
And I'm Connor Carlson. Tune in next week for our segments on the Respect program, the FFA, and the newest episode of The Drive. Have a great weekend, Hornets.